It's been a while. 38 p.m. Man. I hate NordVPN, dude. So annoying. I don't know, it crashes every time I turn on my computer. Every time. I do not understand. And it takes forever. Grrr. Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna get this fucking shit parasite, man. I don't know, I can just feel it. I'm like manifesting it. Even though I haven't eaten a vegetable in like a decade. Trying to avoid it. Going to youtube.com. Going to my YouTube channel. When's the last time I... Oh, it wasn't... Oh, okay, I remember. Yeah, the last time I streamed was right before I was buying my Insta360. Well, I obviously like it based on the 1, 2, 3, 4 videos that I made with it so far. Which, like I said in this video, which I really liked this video, by the way. Which they're not well suited to that, but people still do it anyway. It wasn't anything special. But anyways, but that's kind of where something like this goes. But I really liked the way it turned out. I really liked the ease of use that I was getting with it, with the Go Ultra. I will definitely do more of these. I just haven't, I don't know, I'm just lazy. Did a little Kumi clip. I'm proud of this clip. I like this. It's funny. Yeah, a lot's been going on though. I put some, I bought these. I bought this stamp box promo, whatever, you know. And, I bought the other card that goes with it, and the box, basically. It didn't come with the stamps, which is a cool part. I guess, I don't know. It might have been like a stamp collector or something that someone bought it. I don't know. And just wanted the stamps. I have no clue. But, I bought it like not even, it might have been like a year and a half ago or something, probably. For like $250. And already that was a good deal because it's probably like around here. I don't know. Or like here. Already that was a good deal because this card alone was going for like 300-ish, give or take, you know, maybe into the 200s. But like I got the box, the Cramorant, whatever card, and this one. Not sealed, like the guy opened them, but like whatever, you know. $250. Even back then, I'm like, damn, that's a really good deal. And I mostly got this because I was like, wow, this is I really like this card. I mean, look at it. It's based off of a real life piece of art. It looks very nice. And I thought it was very unique and special. So I bought that. And lo and behold, it has had like a 1,500% increase in like a year. So yeah, that's quite crazy. And I had checked it. I think I checked it like here or something, you know. Because it was definitely not, yeah, it was definitely not into the thousands. It was definitely like here, and then it just kept going up, which is insane. But I really would like to sell that. Oh my god, silly playlist. Silly playlist. Anyways. 2010 Toyota Corolla by 2003 Toyota Corolla. What the fuck? Anyways. That's funny. So I really want to sell this because if I sell this, I have it listed for like $4,000, which is a little probably pushing it. But I've gotten offers for like 36, so I think I should take that probably. But then by the time eBay gets done with me, it's gonna be like $3,000. So like, you know, that's still pretty good though. I mean, like, you know, as much as I love these cards, I don't really care about Pokemon anymore, and also just like, I would rather have the money. Truly. So I plan to pay off a little bit of credit card stuff that I have, and I really, really want to get... This is about locked in. I mean, you never know with me, but I really want a Daihatsu Kopen. These are going to become legal soon. Basically next year, I'll be able to get one. And I just think they're very cool. There's a lot of K cars I want to own right now. Now that I have purchased one K car, I really want more, you know, and I kind of just want to do that cycle because it's a very cheap way to get something very unique and interesting and very just fun, you know. So yeah, because I imported my Wagon R for like $5,200, right? Including everything, including shipping from the port of Baltimore that I ship it to and everything, right? And I think I could get like 6,500, $6,000 out of it. So, you know, obviously by the time you factor in, you know, the intake I bought for it and whatever, you know, I'm not like making huge amounts of money here. But I'm definitely not like losing money, which usually, you know, I lose money pretty good. And this car is actually interesting because this was a rare, real K car sold in markets outside Japan, which is very rare. That does not happen. At least in like a K car with its original K spec engine, you know, like some Wagon Rs were sold in India or like the UK or whatever as Wagon R Plus models and had like a 1-liter engine or whatever instead of the 660, right? Because, you know, that's at the end of the day, the 660cc engine is really just an arbitrary number that has been imposed by the Japanese government. So it's like there's no need for, if Suzuki wants to make a little bit of extra money selling Wagon R models in the UK, like there's no real reason to stick to that 660cc requirement, especially when people would rather in the UK would rather have a larger, you know, like closer to something they're used to, like a 1-liter, 1.5-liter or whatever. But yeah, this was sold in France, Germany, and the UK. All originally with the same turbocharged 660cc engine, like identical to the Japanese cars, which is very interesting. Like I said, that's just not usually how they do with things. They did put a 1.3 liter in, but I don't. I guess apparently they were all 1.3s. Or left-hand drive, but I swear I saw some models. I swear they sold the 1.3 in the UK, unless I'm crazy. I don't know. I may be crazy. But I know in like France, there's videos of the 1.3s running around. But the good thing why I'm mentioning this at all is because you can actually there's actually like videos and stuff of some British blokes fixing these up and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. And I didn't really realize this, but Copen sold really well, actually. It had a really long lifespan. I mean, the L880K model sold for 10 years, which is a long time. That's a very long time when you compare that to like the Cappuccino, the Beat, AZ1. They were sold for not nearly as long. I mean, what, like Cappuccino was sold until like 96, 97. Oh, apparently 98. Okay. So 98 to 92 was the first year? Yeah. So 6 years. Right. Not a super short amount of time, but not a super long amount of time. You know, this was kind of all of these ABC cars, right? The classic Suzuki K sports cars. Yeah, anyways, they were all kind of in a weird financial time for Japan, right? The 80s and the 90s are kind of weird. The 80s things started to get weird. The mid 90s things started to get really weird. And so these kind of came out and the slowdown was kind of hitting, you know, right when these all came out. Like they got a couple years of still the good times, you know, 92, 93, or, you know, Honda Beat. The Honda Beat, you know, 91. You'll notice these are all like 91. I mean, that's because they sold most of them. Or there's a couple first years. 91, 92, and then there's a lot less 95s and stuff like that. The Beat was even sold for less amount of time, I think. So the Copen being sold for 10 years, basically unchanged, is very good for parts availability and like working on them and knowledge and stuff like that. Yeah, because I mean, certain things on the ABC K sports cars are a little tough to find. They're a little difficult to deal with now, you know, just a little bit. Like stuff like this cluster, even though there's a part that goes wrong, I mean, it's a little, you know, this radio is a little weird. Sometimes seats are hard to get. You know, just some things, right? And if the parts are available, they're gonna be a little more expensive. So for all those reasons, well, I even talked about, you know, besides I haven't really talked about like why a Copen. Because I like convertibles. I had a Miata for 2 months, 2.5 months, because Carvana was doing Carvana things. I think I have a video on that on my channel. And I really enjoyed it. I always enjoyed like putting my windows down and stuff. So a convertible is just a big window if you really think about it. It is front wheel drive, but honestly, in a K car with such low power levels, like it doesn't really matter that much, I think. Like it's not, you're not like dynamically, you're never traction limited, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're spinning your rear tires or whatever. And the power folding hardtop is pretty cool, and they seem pretty stout from what I gather. I don't see too many people like going, oh, the piece of shit hardtop. As long as you keep it, the hydraulic fluid in it, like decent, which is super easy to do. You literally just like undo two little tiny little bolts under the rear trunk floor, and you just like drain the old fluid out and put new hydraulic fluid in. They're pretty good. Or sometimes the sensors can go bad, but you know, it's a sensor. It's not like full ass arms or bending or something or whatever. And honestly, I think they kind of look cool. Like, I wasn't like stunned with them before, but I honestly, the more I look at them, the more I kind of like them. Like honestly, ooh, this is actually an interesting drag race. Should watch that. Although these are probably modified. What is that? Whatever. Anyways. I particularly like the rear of these. I don't know, I like it. Especially with the spoiler. I think that really kind of, like this one. And the engine's also a little bit interesting as well, because it's, holy video quality. The engine is also interesting because it's a 4-cylinder, which is also rare for K cars. Most are 3. So it gives it kind of like a bit more of a peaky kind of higher RPM type thing. And it's a tiny, like, it's a literal tiny bubble sports car, like little convertible thing. Like, come on, it's kind of cool. You know? I'm not entirely sure how... Yeah, like this angle, I think it looks actually pretty good. With the... I think it's the dual exhaust, the spoiler, and like the way this tapers. Like it kind of reminds me of like a 350, 370Z. The way it kind of tapers off like this. And with the dual exhaust, it looks kind of nice. Like honestly, I like it. And the front's not bad either. Very 2000s. And it's not bad in terms of, I mean, look at the, that's the trunk with the top off. It's actually kind of a big trunk. I don't know exactly how this would go in terms of where it would fit into my portfolio of cars, aka being my STI and then having this, which I don't drive the STI in the winter because it's just those cars, dude, they rust. And I'm keeping that car for a long time, so I don't even want to begin to... No salt. I will drive it in the cold, in the wet, in the rain, whatever. But no, as soon as salt hits the road, no. No, thank you. Yeah, and like this angle too. Like it looks pretty good with the top down as well. And it revs really high, 8,500. I mean, like, come on, that's kind of cool. So I'm very interested to see if and when I do get one of these, like, how different will it be to my current K car, right? Because it's interesting, right? They're both the same, because you don't really get to experience two cars that have like the same engine specifications very often, like exact engine specifications, right? But like make that power in a different way. Because the Wagon R is an F6A single overhead cam turbo that I have. And that is a pretty flat torque curve. Turbo spool is around 2,900, 3,000 RPM. And it just kind of stays flat all the way to the like 7,200 RPM red line. And it's pretty slow still, but like it's only a single overhead cam. This one is dual overhead cam. But like there should theoretically be less torque because the like if you think about displacement, right? If it's the same displacement but you're adding an extra cylinder, like one of those is you're gonna have a little bit more drag on the and parasitical loss just from adding a fourth piston when your engine is small. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. Be a very interesting winter car. But it has, that's the thing though, is that it's got the hardtop, so it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like it's super low or something. Like it's no lower than this Scion XB over here, you know. Obviously it kind of sucks I can't get winter tires, but dude, that, can you imagine the motherfucking winter tires on the Copen? Oh my god, that thing go crazy. I'm excited for this winter in the Wagon R because I didn't really get, it was a bad winter last year, but by the time I got the Wagon R, it was like January and the snow had kind of stopped. So I only really got to drive it in like the slush. So it'll be interesting to drive the Wagon R through like a whole winter and see how the all-wheel drive really does, you know? I've never driven an on-demand car extensively, like on-demand all-wheel drive system extensively throughout the winter. So, you know. These, I've been trying to get like a feel for the prices of these, and it's kind of hard to tell. Like I've seen I've seen some go for like 600,000 yen, some go for 700, 800,000 yen, which isn't bad, but honestly, I don't know if I want to spend much over 600,000. Because by the time you add, you know, the export company's cut, and then the US government's cut, and then this fucking playlist sucks dog ass. And by the time you, yeah, I don't know. We will see. But I think I should be able to get one. With any luck, I should be able to get one for like 600,000, 650,000 yen, which currently, this leads me into my next topic, 650, oops, yen to USD. So that's like $4,000, and then you add like $2,500 for shipping and whatever. So that's like six and a half grand, right, to my door. So not bad, I feel like, for a little cool sports car. And that's one in like good condition, you know. That's one like, you know, 3.5 minimum, you know, interior, who gives a fuck, with like 60,000 kilometers or something. Which is like what, 43,000 miles or something. No, I was off. But yeah. So we will see. We will see. It is a timing chain motor too, which is nice. But that's where these Pokemon cards come in. See, it's all tied together, because if I sell these, I'll be able to pay off my little bit of credit card debt that's bothering me. And then I'll have like $2,000 or something to $2,500, $2,300 to just save. And then that plus selling the Wagon R, which would be, you know, like $6,000. I mean, let's just say 2 plus 6, that's 8,000, which is also kind of got me looking at, like, you know, I usually don't have that much money to work with, but like you know, shit. But I'm probably not gonna. I'm like craving like a luxury car, you know, kind of something a little more upscale, because I really I really like these early 2000s interiors. I think that's kind of my sweet, comfortable spot for me. I think they were very comfortable back then, very well laid out. You know, I mean, look at this. Like, you got your normal AC buttons. You got some dated nav system, which I actually kind of like. It's kind of fun to play around with that. In 2026, and you just have your clock. You know, everything's really easy and well laid out. And yeah, I really do believe that like 1998 to 2010 was like peak automobile. And this is a pretty common opinion that people kind of are realizing, is like back then in like 2000, 2005, whatever, people are going like, oh, these new cars are so complex. But then when you compare it to what we have now, it's like, oh, it's not really that complex. And on top of that, the technology has become more understood and more commonplace. So stuff like ABS, traction control, you know, some sort of driver assists or whatever, you know, that's not considered anything crazy anymore, you know, and we know how to deal with all that stuff with wheel speed sensors and oh, and all that good stuff. But they still, especially compared to now, once again, they still have like real clutches, you know, and some of these have actual throttle cables, and they're not impossible to work on and stuff like that. But I digress, right? So going back to this this little line right here. So yesterday or the day before, the US bought a bunch of yen in euros, which is weird. So it's weird that they're intervening, and it's weird that it was in euros, but whatever. The Japanese government has tried this a couple of times, like here, and I think maybe here, I don't know, because they don't want it to get to they don't want it to get to 160. 160 is like an uncomfortable position. So as you can see, cresting 160, boom, intervention. Pressing 160, boom, intervention, you know. And it was really up there for a good many months. But I mean, when you look at the graph like this, it's like, okay, well, congrats. You're back where you were 157. You're back where you were like at the beginning of the year, basically. Like, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see how it goes. I do really feel bad for Japan. I mean, on top of the country having a lot of debt, which is a hotly debated topic, because on like one end, it's like debt that they own themselves. And that's like owned by citizens in terms of bonds and stuff. But it is still like a lot of debt, okay, compared to the size of the economy. And obviously, the inflation that they've been kind of struggling with, which is very rare for Japan historically, just for the past 20 years, has been basically stagnant, you know, in terms of wages, in terms of inflation. So that for a long time was fine, right? If you don't have any inflation, then your wage is kind of staying the same. Or it's like, okay, well, whatever, I guess, right? It's the same as it ever was. But yeah, just like every other country in the world, it kind of feels like they just can't really stop the inflation. And that's the thing, that like if they raise interest rates to stop inflation, then they are going to be pulling money out of their own pocket because of all the debt that the government has of Japan. So it's like, you know, and right now they're just kind of doing they're experimenting with the kicking the can strategy, which is I'll just print more, which is not a solution, but you know, things people do to stay in power, I suppose. Even though Takaichi's kind of liked their prime minister, in terms of her fiscal policy, it's like not only are the problems not really being solved, but you're spending a lot of money that you don't really have to. So see you in 10 years, I guess. See how that goes. But I don't know, man. Japan's I do really feel bad. I feel bad for Japanese people because it's just the wages are so stagnant. I mean, we think it's bad here. Oh my god, it's so much worse in Japan. Bro, I literally remember 2024 being in fucking Akihabara, you know, in Tokyo. And I'm looking at this sign in a store, and it's like part-time job, like $13. And that's not converted, by the way. It was like 13,000 yen an hour. And I'm like, or wait, no, not 13,000. Gee, they wish. Like 1,300 yen an hour. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. That's all you get. Like $13 an hour? One of the biggest cities in the world? Ooh. I understand it, you know, comparing that, when you hear that as an American, when you're comparing it to like New York or whatever, picking a big American city, right? Big American cities are very expensive. So is Tokyo, but Tokyo is not nearly as expensive. But it's still just like, you know. So if you're getting paid fucking $13 an hour, if you're getting paid 1,300 yen an hour, and your big bag of rice that you buy goes up 100 yen, 200 yen, you know, suddenly the cheap ramen place that you always went to after your shitty 1,300 yen per hour job suddenly goes from like 400, 500 yen for a bowl of ramen to like 600 yen. This stuff starts to add up, you know. So they're just really getting hit hard. The average consumer in Japan is just I mean, it is a similar situation to what we're feeling here, but it's rough out there. I mean, you have the inflation, and then it's like there's the stuff that we don't have to deal with, which is any sort of global product or foreign made good that is then imported in Japan, which is a lot of stuff, you know. Japan doesn't make everything. Is just so expensive because the yen is so weak. So that's the thing, right? It's like that's the part that's kind of unique, right? Because goods here in the United States are increasing in cost. Everything's going up. However, we don't have that aspect of having a super weak currency on top of already inflationary levels, you know. on top of stagnant kind of low wages. So that's the killer for the real Japanese person sitting out there, you know. Is that, I mean, take a PS5 for example, right? This is a perfect example. PS5, right? So if you want to go out and buy a PS5 right now, it's $650, right? Not bad, not great, not bad, you know. It's still, most people can, you save a couple months, you can buy a PS5. In Japan, this is like $1,000 over that, almost $1,000, man. It's the perfect example. Even if it's a Japanese product made by a Japanese company, because the world isn't dealing in yen, it's like they have to basically just they basically just type into Google 600 USD to yen, and there you go. There's the price of a PS5. It's this plus 10% sales tax, by the way. So 100,000 yen, that's $1,000. If you are making your money in yen, that is basically the equivalent buying power of a band, which is just, it's brutal, man. And this basically goes for damn near any foreign made or semi foreign made product, and it's really rough, man. And that's why they're trying to intervene, because it's just, the worse that this gets, the worse that this gets, you know. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Stuff that people need, like I need a computer or a laptop for work, or I fucking dropped my phone into the fucking ocean. I need a new phone. You're gonna be paying. And that's really rough for people, man. That's really bad. And like, we don't have that level here, you know. Stuff is going up because of RAM prices and storage prices, demand in that market. But that's also happening in Japan, plus the weak currency, you know. So it's just, it is, as much as I want to buy a cheap ass Daihatsu Koppen and exploiting this shit ass conversion rate, also at the same time, like, man, they need a little, they throw a dog a bone, like, seriously. Because it is rough out there, dude. It is rough. Rough. And it's still, like, I mean, it went a little bit, but it's still just so, I don't think this intervention, I mean, I think that was a one-time thing. I don't think they're gonna do it again. I mean, it's a better use of money than giving $7 billion, however many billions of dollars we give to like Venezuela or whatever, Guatemala, whoever, Brazil, or wherever the fuck. But the fact that they did it in euros, and the fact that, you know, it's kind of a weird, I don't know. They probably won't do it again. Like, Japan might try it themselves. They try it again. Maybe shortly after here in a couple days, and maybe it goes to like 150 or something. But historically, it hasn't really worked. Like, it works for a little while, and then people just keep betting against the yen. It just sucks, man. It sucks. This is so sad. They made it. Oh, what? My plan? Don't tell nobody for the Copen. Yeah. Really think about it. What I'm planning to do. So these Copens, the first year was 2002. And I believe like March, like kind of maybe getting into summer were the first model years. Because in order to import a car legally into the US, it has to be down to the month 25 years old. It's not like, oh, once 2027 comes around, every 2002 car is available to import. No, it's like it goes month by month. So what you can do is you can try and get ahead of the curve, which I don't really know how much this is going to save me, but I don't know. You can try and get ahead of the curve and purchase a car before it is import legal into one of the biggest importing markets, I should say, for these JDM cars, the United States. So, yeah. So I want to try and get ahead of that a couple months, pay a couple months storage, which is probably going to be like $200 or something, maybe 300, and then import that. But the issue is like, you know, how many very first model year, you know, it's like whatever. We'll see. And obviously I have a long time, right, to do that. Because I don't have to do that right as they become legal. Like I can continue. Although you could argue that maybe it kind of flies under the radar for the first like 6 months, and then people realize, oh shit, like Copens are legal, and then it doesn't matter if it's 2027 and a 2003 pops up. Like people now, everyone you see, put it this way, if a guy with a Daihatsu Copen, right, and his is a 2002 June car, right, and it sells for 650,000 yen, and historically they were like 500,000 yen. Well, then the guy with the 2002 November car is gonna go like, well, I want 650,000, which is not always how it works. Like a lot of the times they don't put reserves really on these auctions, but you know, it affects the whole market. It's like a house thing, you know. If your neighbor next to you sells his house for 200,000 less than everyone assumed that all the houses around you were for in the cul-de-sac, well then all of a sudden everyone's house is worth $200,000 less. You can do that in the opposite way, you know. And with cars, kind of, maybe, potentially. It's hard to say how much that actually affect it, but you know, whatever. Yeah, I've really been looking though. I mean, dude, the cars are just so cheap now. And it's so funny because it's like people's whole ass careers are being built around the current weakness of the yen. Like this shit would slow down immediately if the yen was around 110, 130 per $1, which is, you know, what it used to be at. Which is interesting because I feel like, how was it back then, you know? Were people in like 2010, 2015, 2016 like really importing that many cars? I don't know. Oh. But yeah, like a lot of these, dude, these sell for so cheap. Like this Vamos 56, these numbers, you add 3 zeros and that's the yen. So if we go to, didn't I have, yeah, I had this. If we go 56,000, $355. It is like a decent, like nice little Vamos. It's like a 3.5C, 4-wheel drive, I think. 4-wheel drive, 99 turbo. And it's a Vamos, it's not a street, so you get better features and stuff. These Dunks always sell for giga cheap. Yeah. I don't know if I'll ever own a K truck, honestly, because it's like the K trucks, especially when they hit 25 years old, they're kind of jacked up in terms of price, and then you have to pay the 25% chicken tax tariff on it. It kind of sucks. Like, I would rather have this Vivio, which looks goofy and is bright candy apple red, than this random ass 4-wheel drive. Oh, this is a dump. Okay, that's why it sold for so much. But like, you also have people betting on them, what? No. Buying them for like actual work, like, you know, a dump truck for what, $1,000, what was it? It's actually more than that. 223, 22300. No, it's not. 14. Yeah, never mind. It's really not that expensive. It's just this is so cheap too. Like, you see, we're like splitting hairs here on how cheap these are. That's actually a really good deal for a dump. I wonder how many miles that had. A 2,000 as well. No AC though, but you know. Where you getting a dump truck for $1,400? Basically, what, $2,000 to your door? Like, just saying. This is a really cool car. This Crown Estate manual, so cool. A lot of these tries have been going for cheap too, which these are actually pretty nice. Here's some of the cars that have not sold. They're up for auction. I don't like the look of these. It really just does look like they slapped a front end on, which is what they did. I'm telling you though, if you want a first K car, get a Wagon R. 100%, get a Wagon R. They're everywhere. The engine was used in a bagillion, jillion, zillion cars throughout the 90s, all the way up till fucking, I don't know, like 2010. Oh, this is an MC21S. Oh, no, right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you can find them all day in like really good condition with really low kilometers. Like, that's not super low, but it's not like super high. Actually, I don't think this is turbo. So like, this will probably sell for pretty cheap. 4C, manual, power steering, power windows. They all have air con, I think. And they're just practical and decently easy to work on. March. What the hell? What? What even is this? So strange. Yeah, I kind of want something like this though. This is a it's a Lexus, like, I don't know. But this would probably sell for pretty cheap because it's R or B, but like, that doesn't really mean anything, like, you know. Floor automatic transmission, 90,000 kilometers, probably shares an engine with a US car. What is that? Land Cruiser? Damn, that's actually really cool. 4B, wow. These BBEs are also everywhere, but at the end of the day, this is kind of just like it literally is just an XB. So it's like, although I will say these still sell for pretty cheap in like mileage. Like, who really gives a shit? Because it's just a Scion XB. So like, you know, like, you can get parts for it. It doesn't really matter. A lot of the XBs are pretty trashed here in the at least in Michigan. Maybe in other places they're not, but like, this is kind of a way to get a decent XB, and it was, you know, a little quirky because it's right-hand drive. I think I'm going insane. Yeah, something like this. A Accord wagon. Give me that Accord wagon. Oh my god. What is this? I don't even know, man. See, the thing that sucks is like anything with a manual transmission in this type of body style is a bajillion dollars. Because oh, I drift it. But this is like, I would kind of break my automatic only or my manual only rule to get something like this. Because like, dude, this thing would be unbelievably, unimaginably comfortable and reliable, and a lot of these have like 1JZs. What's the displacement? 2500, 2.5. It might be a 4-cylinder. I don't know. Yeah, and it's peak interior in here, all brown with like wood grain and shit. Oh, did he delete all of his fucking thing again? No, I'm just not clicked on him. Or no, wait, what? Whatever. This music is a little too goofy for me. So that's the Copen and plan. Hopefully by next year I'll have something. It is gonna be a while, so like I am gonna be keeping the Wagon R for a while, which I should, because you know it's like why. Well, I've only in January it'll be a year, so it's been not a super short amount of time, but it's not been like a super long amount of time. And Masan has a shit ton of videos on one. So you know it's a good car, man. Nice fingers, bro. Ow. It's so funny seeing like all the like Top Gear did a video on the Copen back in the day. So funny. Oh my god, look at these wheels, dude. Oh yes. You know what I realized about these K cars? I don't know. It's probably some design thing, but all of these K cars have really like very flush offsets. Like they don't ever have, like if you look at a lot of cars, the wheels will be really inset. And I'm not entirely sure why that is. I don't know if it's just like the wheelbase of this car is so short already, like they don't really have room to. Oh, those are Oz wheels. Oh, those look so nice. Yeah. People say like also dynamically that these things are actually kind of really fun. Like the chassis actually isn't bad. We'll see. So funny, dude. All these people who say like they really should bring K cars to the US. I think they do really well. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't, dude. Dude, people literally point and laugh at like a smart car or like a Chevy Spark for fuck's sake. Or whatever. You know, a Mitsubishi Mirage. Like people literally look down on those types of cars. I'll be playing Undertale music. Fucking Toy Fox will come for my nuts. I'm going back to the original silly place. But yeah, they would not do well. They're just like smoking crack. Also, it's like people don't think, like, you know how much of a commitment it is to make a left-hand drive version of a car? Like, it's not just, oh, let's just put the steering wheel on the other side. No, you have to literally move the whole brake booster and shit and like make different interior castings and stuff and yeah, and pedal differences and shit like that. It is not that easy. So Daihatsu or Suzuki or whatever are not going to make a left-hand drive model and then still then it's going to be like, okay, well, the engine is actually too small and the gearing is too short. So then you have to put a bigger engine in it, then you have to change the gearing, and then you have to, you know, whether you have the crash test safety ratings in the, you know, in the United States where it's difficult to do, and you have to meet emissions, and it's just like, dude, they are not doing that to sell. Even if you say like, okay, they sell like 10,000 a year or something, which is not a good sales figure, by the way, it still isn't worth it. That's it. We hate Toyota. Who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him? Daihatsu is Toyota. Who gonna tell him? To invade military. Oh. Yeah. Oh my god. Like, as much as it's not an issue for me to drive a car with 64 horsepower, you know, the fact of the matter is that I really can't go above like 65. And it's like, tell someone in Texas that you can't go for 65 and they're gonna go, I am buying that thing. I saw someone say 160 horsepower is dangerously underpowered a few days ago on Twitter, and I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Who couldn't tell this guy that basically every 25-year-old Forest Lender has well under that? They are driving around just fine. Daihatsu Copen versus Audi R8. This is really a comparison for... Should be able to fit it in there, right? There's no way that Audi could not foresee this. Oh my god, you actually... Really? You couldn't? I guess you can't. No, there's no way that driver's fitting in there. Easy. That's really funny. That's a really good video. Korean Copen? Oh my god, 21. Still underpowered compared to electric. Bro, no one cares. Real speed. What is this guy talking about, bro? Is this guy aware that the Copen has a 660cc engine? That's not true. Copen mogs the R8. Honestly, in performance, if you really think about it. I've tried. I'm getting recommended some freaky ASMR, bro. What else can I get for like $7,000 to $8,000? Oh shit, they actually sold this? That's surprising. 27, really? Damn. Surprising. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could get something else, but I don't really want to. Oh my god. 500 horsepower twin turbo V12 for $5,500. Oh my god, dude. The depreciation on these fucking German cars, man. There's truly no bottom. There's truly no bottom to these. That's unbelievable, dude. You don't have that many miles. Like, it's a lot, but it's not like... What the fuck, dude? How are you gonna pull up with a V12? That's crazy, dude. What year is this? 2007? I don't know how people buy these German cars, dude, and just watch them literally sink to the bottom of the ocean in depreciation. I don't understand it, man. Because, like, seriously, how much money was this when it was brand new? Like, this is an old car, but it's not that old, you know? Like, this is a reasonable amount of time. Someone could definitely still be one owner on this. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god. $149,000. And by the way, 14000 USD in 2007 is true. Oh my god, dude. Oh. 200. So for today's dollars to today's dollars, 5,500 from the peak of $225,000. Oh my god. That's that is unbelievable, dude. You motherfucker. I didn't do anything. 3 previous 42 Curious what front brake pads, weather stripping, air filter, transmission service have hit the okay. Brakes serviced, 4-wheel alignment. And it is at a dealer as well. Lower motor replaced. Rear crankshaft, that could not have been cheap. Usually by that time, like oil seals like that are hard to get to, those are not being fixed. Oil pan replaced, radiator replaced, AC system flushed. This guy probably didn't do much. Yeah, he got some tires on it. That was really about it. And then it had its spark plugs replaced. That's actually... I'm not gonna sit here and this thing's gonna be reliable, but... That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are other... I want like a K van. Pretty bad. I want a K... I want like a Jimny or something. That could be cool. But I just don't... I don't know. I kind of want the Copen. This is a good deal. Daily drive an air-cooled Beetle to work. Like God intended. I also recently bought a bunch of a lot of shit, like $200 worth of stuff. I'm gonna try and do some paint correction for the first time. See how it goes. But I'm gonna do it on the Wagoner because it has a bunch of like scratches everywhere, like small scratches. And I'm like, well, what if I tried to fix those with some compound and polish? We'll see how it goes. I'll probably destroy everything, but you know, whatever. Happens. Heavenly Father. Dude, oh my god. Fucking... What am I doing? How could I? Dude, this stream... Oh my fucking god, dude. Insanity. You know, it's just like it's a random Monday stream, and then all of a sudden it's like
Oh. Is Eddie?
Fuck up.
Oh shit.
No. Shut the fuck up.
Hi. Holy fuck, I suck a Jawaga. Oh shit, Waga.
Thank you.
Mewtwo is a fever dream. I had the Mewtwo 360.
Oh shit.
it's like, what is even happening on the
Take
screen
your
right
dreams, Coco.
No.
Like, when you really think
What
about
was
it.
that?
Do I
I'm
float?
scared.
Don't be scared. It's okay.
Oh shit! Waga.
Barbie. Prime sub.
Ari and Kumi, which one of you two wants Heavenly's Ball? Bidding starts at $6-7. Coco Dreams are mine of these. Kumi, what I got a Waga?
Coco's dreams
Kumi
are
underscore
the
ARIL underscore Kumi
these.
underscore
Who
ARIL
am
underscore Kumi
I
underscore. My tummy hurts from laughing.
Thanks.
Welcome to Explosive
Why
Corner
no?
Dome VGM Daddy
What?
ASMR experience. You're not enough
Hey, Cottontail
you to do
VTuber, can you
500
please
third
piss on
X3,
me?
whatever it is.
Like,
60XM Kamimi,
Three, sorry. Okay, let's start now.
Oh my god!
Stuffy Bunny! Yes!
very watchable.
Get +2. The sprinkler is going off and it's not my urethra this time.
What?
Hi, Obama.
Oh!
Holy shit!
Expert of X, are you overstimulated yet? Are you overstimulated yet? Are you overstimulated yet?
Stay.
Mio.
I call
Miu Miu Mu Mama.
Stay.
Mio.
I call
Miu Miu Mu Mama.
Hi, Obama. The Nut Shack is a little old place where can money come. Nut Shack, Coco, Nut Shack.
God.
Oh my
Buffalo, 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 Buffalo,
Fever
Buffalo.
Dream Vines!
Turn now. We're really beefing it.
Coco.
Cotton.
What day it is?
Kumi sure
That's
posts a
fucking
lot of
right.
feet
This is how
content for
every
someone who
dream I have
doesn't
is
make
to
feet
be
content.
Monkey. Monday. Woo! Let's fucking go.
This is how every dream I have
Oh my god, dude.
Techno from White Pino. 32. I'll suck your oil-covered rod if you stop.
There's just so many layers to unpack here. Like, truly, if you think about it. The Scream Puppet, the Q, the 3 other streamers just spamming. Gurma? Gurma. There's a Twain.
But yeah, do they not wipe their Wii before selling it? I don't know if people do. I guess, I don't know. Maybe if you
1%. Any gifters?
instead of just like finding one. Oh, okay. But before I did that, that'll be for later when we're goofy and enjoying things. I picked. Oh, let me tell you what I picked up. Hold on, let me get my game. I have so many cables right now. I'm like scared.
Who's this guy?
I don't have a lot.
Lol.
I asked chat for some recommendations too. What the fuck possessed me to buy these ones? Alright, so I got the Naked Brothers band.
Okay, well, I think that was about all I wanted to talk and yap about,
That sounds fucking awesome. Then I
I suppose.